It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
It is Good Friday. Yes, it's Friday. I know the calendar says Friday. It says Good Friday. I like to say Friday, like yay is Friday, and not just any Friday. It is a Good Friday as we kick off Easter weekend. It is the Geno Jones Show. How you doing? I hope you're having a great Good Friday. The Geno Jones Show. I am live right here on my YouTube channel, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 out in Los Angeles. Brought to you by Lockwood Outdoor Advertising, converting cars to cash. See your company's name, your logo, your product, your good, your service up in lights and this beautiful digital, huge, beautiful digital billboard, right? And Lockwood Outdoor Advertising is the only African-American owned digital outdoor advertising company here in the state of South Carolina. You know, I'm all about supporting black businesses, right? I'm a black business person myself. So reach out to them, LockwoodOutdoor.com, LockwoodOutdoor.com. Tell them Geno told you to call, okay? Or call, by the way, call 843-442-5011, 843-442-5011. So I got some good news to kick off this Good Friday. Major League Baseball has moved this year's All-Star game out of Atlanta. Yes. Why did they do that? Because the state of Georgia, the Republicans in Georgia and their governor want to be you-know-who, mini Trump, Brian Kemp. They have passed these extreme voter suppression laws, some very racist voter suppression laws, basically to try to limit and suppress the African-American, specifically the black vote, along with Hispanic brothers and sisters, Asian brothers and sisters, the indigenous Native American brothers and sisters, and some of the younger white folks. Yes, absolutely. And it's pretty blatant. So here's one of the things that's in the law, two things. These two things alone to tell you how outrageous and sinister this was. If you have, let's say if you got a 79, 80, 81, 82-year-old mother or grandmother, and she's voting in the primary, one of the primaries in 2022. It's a hot Georgia day. You're standing out there in that hot Georgia sun in Atlanta. Humidity, the heat index is probably over 100 degrees. It would be illegal, it would be a felony for me to walk up and to give your mother, or you give my mother, a bottle of water or food. Yes, it's against the law. It's against the law to give somebody food or water standing in line waiting to vote. And so on weekdays, all the polls in Georgia close at 5 o'clock. Now why would that be a problem? Well, because the majority of Americans work at like 7 to 3, 8 to 4, 9 to 5. So why would you close the polls at 5 o'clock when a significant number of people don't even get off until 5? And the people who get off at 4, if you've ever been to Atlanta and you've ever been on 20 or 75 or 285 during rush hour, you know what traffic is like in Atlanta on I-20 or I-75 or I-85 or 285. Obviously, these lawmakers that passed that law, they were up to something. So Major League Baseball said, no, we are about making sure that everyone, and I'm paraphrasing, they are about full voter participation. They want all of their citizens, many millions who are Major League Baseball fans, not to mention the players and the other employees that are employed by the teams and the league, including the owners. All right. Many African Americans, Afro-Latino brothers and sisters from countries like the Dominican Republic or, just all over the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, all throughout the Caribbean, not to mention in Mexico, and all over. So kudos to Major League Baseball for doing that. Now I got some sad news on this Good Friday. In case you haven't heard, there was a U.S. Capitol Police officer was killed today, and another U.S. Capitol Police officer was seriously injured. Some person who was also killed basically ran over these two U.S. Capitol Police officers, hit them with his car, got out, pulled a knife out, and U.S. Capitol Police, they fatally shot and killed this. Well, it's redundant if they fatally shot him, and of course he died. But he was fatally wounded in this exchange. Now, I don't know about the exchange. So you have one U.S. Capitol officer dead. You have another one that's in pretty serious condition, the last I heard. So we want you to lift all the U.S. Capitol Police. They already lost one police officer on January 6th. I think over 140 were injured. There was another U.S. Capitol Police officer after that incident committed suicide. So they've been under an incredible amount of stress. They've been working 16-hour days. Just been very stressful the last 3 months, and then for this to happen today. So lift the family of the fallen officer who tragically and heroically lost his life defending the United States Capitol. So lift his family up in prayer, and the other officer who was severely wounded, and all the U.S. Capitol officers. As a matter of fact, the head of the chief of the United States Capitol Police is an African-American woman. She said, please lift all of us and lift all the U.S. Capitol officers up in prayer. It's been a very tough 3 months. And here on the Geno Jones Show, we do that on this Good Friday. Please include them in your prayers today and every day moving forward. So good news tomorrow night for all my Mahalia Jackson fans. Now, you probably saying, okay, who is Mahalia Jackson? Ask your mom, ask your grandma, or your grandfather. Mahalia Jackson, probably, arguably, in some cases, is not even an argument, the greatest gospel voice in the history of gospel music. Yes. Even Aretha, when she was living, when she was a younger woman, talked about, listen, Mahalia Jackson is still the standard when it comes to a gospel singer. Mahalia Jackson is the standard. So there's going to be a Lifetime movie about Mahalia Jackson called Mahalia. Actress Danielle Brooks, very talented young lady. She's doing her thing. And from what I hear, she sings pretty good. People are going to be very surprised. They said this sister did her thing. And then later this year, of course, if you watch the show on a regular basis, you know Lettucey was my guest, I'd say, about a month and a half, almost 2 months ago, actually. She told everybody that there's going to be an upcoming movie on the big screen later this year, and Lettucey is going to be playing Mahalia Jackson. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one, but tomorrow night, let's make sure that we watch or DVR record the Lifetime movie, Mahalia, starring actress Danielle Brooks. Which leads me to Easter Sunday, and I hope everybody have a great Easter Sunday, because Easter Sunday night, it is gonna be, amazing. The Versus Battle, now on Triller. Shout out to my man Swiss Beats and Timberland, who started this whole Versus between themselves about a year ago, back in March of 2020, when everybody was quarantined, and then they had Teddy Riley and Babyface. They had Ashanti and Keisha Cole. Let's see, you had Snoop was on there. I think Snoop was on with DMX. You had Jill Scott. She was on with Erykah Badu. You had Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight. So it's been amazing, absolutely amazing. So this Sunday night, the Versus Battle, you've got the elements, earth, wind, and fire. Rest in peace, power, and paradise to Maurice White. Gone but never forgotten, no longer with us, the founder of Earth, Wind, and Fire, along with his brother, Verdine White. From the west side of Chicago, the pride of the Henry Horner Project's West Side. Lead singer, the pride of Denver, Colorado, still got that beautiful falsetto voice. I'm talking about Mr. Philip Bailey versus the Isley brothers. Ronald Isley, iconic, legendary balladeer, one of the greatest balladeers in the history of music, a true icon and a legend, a living legend, along with his brother, iconic, legendary guitar player, Ernie Isley. Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's the way the world, all about love, devotion, reasons, can't hide love, mighty, mighty, keep your head to the sky, shining star. Wow, spirit, on your face, after the love is gone, Boogie Wonderland. Man, come on. Are you kidding me? I was born and raised in Chicago on the south side, but it didn't matter. They from the shot, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And then the Isley brothers, repping Cincinnati, Ohio. They probably had one of the greatest runs in terms of albums from like, I'd say what, the mid 70s to like the early 80s. You had the 3+3 album. You had this, let's see, Who's That Lady? So you got Who's That Lady? And then you got Summer Breeze Makes Me Feel Fine. And you had Live It Up and Hello, It's Me. And then you had The Heat Is On, Sensuality, and maybe arguably the greatest ballad ever. Even though some people would argue, you know, because they like loves. But listen, the greatest ballad ever, because I was saying Earth, Wind, and Fire. So we say, well, wait a minute, what about, you know, Love is Holiday, He Loves Holiday? Listen, I would argue Reasons is maybe probably the greatest ballad. Earth, Wind, and Fire. No doubt, Reasons got to be, but Can't Hide Love is right behind there. But Reasons, come on, y'all. Reasons, and then the live version of Reasons, oh my God, but the greatest ballad ever? Lived in on a memory, ooh, I know I can't sing, but I don't give a damn about what you think about you. For the love of you, come on, man, stop it. Do you know how many babies, do you know how many children were conceived to that song and that album? Man, they in their, what, 40s now? 30s, late 30s, early 40s. Do you know how many children were conceived to those Isley Brother ballads? But right at the top of the list, the greatest ballad ever, For the Love of You. Man, you don't need a red pill or a blue pill. Cialis, Levitra, Viagra, man, get that out of there. Put that Isley Brothers album on side 2 with all the slow jams from The Heat Is On. And you start off with lifting on a memory for the love of you. And then you go to Sensuality. And then what? Make Me Say It Again, girl? Man, come on, stop playing. And then a couple years later, it had Voyage to Atlantis. And then Choosy Lover. And Between the Sheets, down. Man, come on. The Isley Brothers, are you kidding me? Two of the greatest, most iconic bands in the history of music. I can't say the greatest, because you got Parliament Funkadelic. Put up the P-Funk sign. Then that would be, who could even battle Yo Swizz and Tim? We got to hook up. Who would battle George Clinton still living? We got to get that. We got to get Parliament and Funkadelic, but against who? Cameo? The Bar-Kays? Man, you'd have to put Cameo, the Bar-Kays, Midnight Star. You would need all of the funk bands to battle Parliament Funkadelic. iconic, legendary George Clinton. You have Fred Wesley, a member, and the Horny Horns, the late Bernie Worrell, rest in peace, power, in paradise. One of the greatest keyboard synthesizer, keyboard players ever. Man, his band, Bootsy was a member. Stop playing. Bootsy was a member of the whole Parliament Funkadelic. That's how you got Bootsy's Rubber Band, because Bootsy was part of the family. Stop playing. But I digress. Swiss and Tim, there you go. Like you all did D'Angelo versus, you need to do Parliament Funkadelic versus the field. Like in March Madness. Parliament and Funkadelic versus whoever want to step up to the microphone. Get the Barcades, get the Cameo. Cameo would be a good one. Barcades would be a good one too. But Sunday night's gonna be a great one. On Easter Sunday, the Versus Battle. So if you got a smart TV, you want to download that Triller app or on your phone or your tablet. But this is when you gotta watch. If you got a nice big smart TV, a big 50-inch, 52-inch, or 65-inch or whatever, man, you got to get that Triller app on your television, and so you can watch this thing on the big screen and hear it through your sound. You know, you got the sound bar and the subwoofers like I do. You gotta see it and hear it and feel it Sunday night, Easter Sunday. After you go to church or whatever, do it virtually, do what you're gonna do, have your dinner, and make sure you're watching that Versus Battle. This might be the greatest one they've done ever. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Good Friday, relatively short show. Just wanted to pop in and spend some time and wish you and your family, I hope you're having a great Good Friday. And I want you to have a very happy Easter Sunday, Easter weekend, Resurrection weekend. May God continue to bless and have favor on you and your family. God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Monday through Friday, live right here on YouTube, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central Time, 3:30 out on the West Coast. Brought to you by Lockwood Outdoor Advertising, converting cars to cash. You want to see your product, your goods, your service, your company's logo up in lights on this big, beautiful digital billboard here in the Low Country, here in Charleston, South Carolina. Huge market in terms of tourism. It's one of the fastest growing cities in America because we got the weather, we got the ocean, we got the beaches, and we can have you promoting your business. LockwoodOutdoor.com. It's a black-owned business, the only digital outdoor advertising company here in the state of South Carolina. So if you are about supporting, if you are about this racial reckoning, if you're really about this racial reckoning like you said you were, because you were about the racial reckoning last year, last summer. So if you're really about that reckoning, recognize